Tunde a wealthy Nigerian businessman, has everything except love. Every woman he's dated has only cared about his money, leaving him disillusioned. In search of true love, Tunde decides to leave his luxurious life behind. He disguises himself as a poor man, taking only the essentials, and moves to a small, rough neighborhood in Akko town where no one knows him. Tunde arrives in Akko town and rents a tiny, run-down apartment. He adopts the name Kunle and takes on a job as a mechanic at a local garage. The people of Akko were first skeptical of the newcomer, but he gradually began to earn their trust through his humble and hardworking nature. The first woman he met was Tamara, a young, beautiful, and elegant lady who spent a good amount of time nurturing her face and body, which looked like a glass door good enough to be used as a mirror. Kunle likes her the first day he sees her pass by his new master's shop. He asks his master, Baba Ayo, who is that beautiful angel? Do you know her? Baba Ayo smiled at him, then turned his eyes and took a glance at Kunle, letting him know that he no reach her level. Kunle laughed out loud and said, Baba Ayo, I asked you a simple question, and you are giving me that look? Do you not believe in love again? Baba Ayo ignores him and continues with his work. 2 days later, Kunle was sitting on a mat in Baba Ayo mechanic shop. Suddenly, Tamara appeared again, and this time came close to greet Baba Ayo. Immediately Kunle sighted her. He jokingly told Tamara to join him in sipping the garri he was enjoying. But Tamara scornfully looked at him and acted as if Kunle did not exist. Kunle wasn't surprised because he had seen the worst attitude in his past life before he made it in life. On several occasions, Kunle tries talking to Tamara, but she ends up laying insults and talking down on him. On one of the approaches, Tamara disgraces and humiliates Kunle in front of Baba Ayo's shop. Neighbors who were around came out to find out what happened, and all Tamara could say was that Kunle wants to stain her glowing skin with oil and grease. When Baba Ayo returned and heard the news, he sat Kunle down for the first time and advised him, Kunle, my son, I call you my son because of how well you have behaved since you joined me here. If you observe, I have tried to ignore your advances toward Tamara. That is because I wanted you to learn through experience. But as it is now, I want to advise you to leave her alone and focus on your work because Tamara is bigger than you, and you don't need a prophet to tell you that. Let me ask you, can you maintain her skin, let alone her dress? The answer is capital no. So why are you stretching to where your hand cannot reach? Kunle smiled and said to Baba Ayo, I'm sorry, sir. I was only trying to shoot my shot. Perhaps it will hit the right spot. But I can see that I was wrong. So, from today on, I won't approach her again. Please don't do, before it turned into something else for me here. That lady you see rub minds with top people in this community. That's why you see me avoid her so much, except the good morning she gives me and I answered good morning. That's all that connects me with Tamara. A word is enough for the wise. From that day on, Kunle listened to Baba Ayo and avoided Tamara. Days passed and weeks passed. A journey of 6 months target turned into 12 months. Every young lady that Kunle came in contact with turned him down, calling him a church rat. One even told him that he smells poverty. Kunle always smiles at them, saying in his heart, If only you know the caliber of a person standing before you, you won't ignore him. Kunle always remembers his goal each time he is pushed to expose himself, and then time himself so that he doesn't expose himself more than expected. In the past 12 months, Kunle has approached more than 8 ladies in Akko town, and they were all from different walks of life and backgrounds. Some from the Yoruba tribe, some from the Igbo tribe, some from the Ibibio tribe, and others from the north, south, and middle belts. Yet none accepted Kunle for who he was. Kunle felt very bad that when he was in his rich life, women were flocking around and acting all loving and kind. But the moment they got hold of his money, off they went. None of the city ladies were able to pass Kunle's test of love. He remembered the last lady he dated, Comfort. Kunle had almost settled in his mind that Comfort was different until his test was set. 8 months into a relationship with Comfort, Kunle decided to test her love for him. He took her home, showed her around, and then gave her the key to his room, telling her to feel at home. A few seconds later, he pretended that he had a call from his business which required his urgent attention. Immediately he left, Comfort started searching everywhere in the house, looking for wetin no lost. She kept searching until she got to the bedroom. The moment she opened one of the wardrobes, she saw bundles of dollars. In shock and amazement, Comfort quickly closed the door and rubbed her eyes to make sure that her sight didn't fail her. When she was sure that she wasn't dreaming, she moved closer, opened the locker again, slowly removed the money and stuck it into her portable traveling bag. But unknown to Comfort, Kunle was watching all her moves. She succeeded in taking all the money, then picked her handbag and headed out of the house. When she got to the exit gate, she meets Kunle standing like an angry lion, staring at her with a look usually reserved for the bereaved at the funeral. Comfort on sighting Kunle became afraid, but decided to act like she was hurrying out to attend to an urgent need. She didn't allow Kunle to ask her anything when she jumped in to inform him that her mom was rushed to the hospital and she needed to see her immediately. Kunle didn't give her a hearing ear. He only reached out to her bag, opened it, took out his money and asked her to go. Comfort started pleading and asking for mercy, but Kunle pushed her out and locked his gate. Ever since, Kunle has refused to have anything to do with any other lady in the name of relationship. Not until he decided to disguise himself, change his location, and go in search of true love. It's been 1 year, and Kunle is yet to find a woman he can settle with for a relationship. One day, he sat on his small red tattered local bed, thinking of going back to the city and just forgetting about women and their wahala. Finally, he made up his mind to go back home. The next day, he went to Baba Ayo's shop to inform him that he would be going back to his village, not wanting Baba Ayo to know his real identity, but he met Baba Ayo's absence. So, he had to work that day to wait for him. At about 10 a.m., a young lady came with Ayo, Baba Ayo's son, from the school. Ayo was running a high temperature, so Iman, his class teacher, decided to escort him to his father's shop to ensure that he was fine. She met Kunle and greeted him politely, asking to see Baba Ayo. Kunle was surprised to see such a beautiful lady, humbled enough to greet him with such politeness. He told her that he didn't meet his boss when he came out to work in the morning. He assumed he went to the market. She said okay and explained what happened in the school, how Ayo vomited, and though they administered first aid on him, he was still feeling sick, so she decided to bring him home herself. She handed Ayo to Kunle and told him, "Please tell Baba Ayo to take him to the hospital when he returns. I will come back tomorrow to check on him on my way home." Kunle responded with a nod and avoided eye contact with her. After Inem left, he stood staring in her direction for a while, then shook his head and moved to attend to Ayo. The next day, Inem stopped by as promised and this time met Baba Ayo. Baba Ayo appreciated her kindness and told her that Ayo was responding to treatment. While Baba Ayo was talking with Inem, Kunle was busy smiling at the back where he was trying to fix a bicycle tire. Then Baba Ayo called him to come and take Inem to his house to see Ayo. "Tananan! The opportunity I have been praying for has come," whispered Kunle. Kunle jumped up and rushed to clean his hands. After he was done, he came to Inem smiling like a new groom. On the way, Kunle summoned the courage to ask Inem her name. Surprisingly, Inem told him without insult. That gave him the mind to go further in striking a discussion with Inem. Inem was happy with the sense of humor and intelligence that Kunle was displaying in the discussion. She asked him, "What class did you stop in your study because you don't sound like a mechanic?" Kunle laughed out loud and told her he only finished secondary school, which was a lie. Inem was wowed but kept her cool. After she had seen Ayo and was ready to leave, Kunle asked her if he was free to visit and help her fetch water, but Inem declined, letting him know that she lived with her younger brother, who helps out with those things. Kunle agreed and parted ways so that he could return to his master. There and then, Kunle decided to spend more time in Akko town to give himself this last try. Inem got home but found herself still laughing at the jokes Kunle cracked on the way. She kept wondering why she was drawn to him that much. That evening, Kunle asked Baba Ayo to tell him a little he knows about Teacher Inem, as they fondly called her. Baba Ayo briefed him about her, how she came to Akko town and where she was living with her younger brother. Kunle decided to keep his cool and observe. At this time, Kunle had started helping and supporting some of the community members unknown to them. Inem is a strong-willed, kind-hearted woman who works as a school teacher. She lives with her younger brother, Edet, whom she supports. Kunle is drawn to Inem's simplicity and warmth. Despite her struggles, she remains optimistic and is known for helping others in the community. As time passes, Kunle finds his way into Inem's life as one who needs support from her. It was very easy for Inem to fall because it was her nature to help and support people she felt were the less privileged. Every morning before Kunle goes to Baba Ayo's shop to resume work for the day, he will pass by Inem's house to say hello and to also get food to eat. This continued for about 3 months and Inem found herself becoming very fond of Kunle. Edet, Inem's brother, also grows fond of Kunle and will sometimes go to Kunle's small room and spend time with him a whole day. They became like a family in no time. Kunle was surprised by the new connections he was forming, something he'd never experienced in his previous life. Inem and Kunle's friendship deepens. They begin spending more time together, sharing their dreams and fears despite their different levels of life. Inem is drawn to Kunle's humility, intelligence, and compassion, while Kunle admires Inem's strength, generosity, and resilience. Some of the people, especially young ladies in Akko town, laughed and mocked Inem for allowing a mechanic into her life, but Inem cared less about their gossip. Her only prayer has been for God to give her a man that will give her peace of mind, and she has found that in Kunle. She couldn't hide her feelings anymore as she let it all out in her expression of kindness toward Kunle. Baba Ayo was impressed each time she saw Inem coming to wait for them to close for the day before walking Kunle home. The annual Akko festival arrives, a time of celebration and joy in Akko town. Kunle and Inem attend together, enjoying the music, dance, and food. During the festival, Kunle realizes he is falling deeply in love with Inem, but he fears revealing his true identity might spoil things for him. So he struggles with the guilt of lying to Inem about who he is. He begins to question whether their relationship can survive the trip. Meanwhile, Inem notices Kunle's odd behavior and wonders if he is hiding something from her. She tried to find out, but Kunle told her he was sincere and there was nothing for her to worry about as he was making arrangements to marry her, come what may. This assurance calmed Inem's heart and strengthened her love for Kunle. Kunle seized the opportunity to test Inem just like he has been doing with the city girls he has dated before. He invited Inem to his small room to help him with some laundry as he pretended that he was sick and couldn't take care of it. He left 10k in the back pocket of one of his trousers he gave Inem to wash for him to see what Inem would do. When Inem saw the money, she returned it to Kunle, asking him where he got such an amount of money from. Kunle was impressed. He told her it was the money Baba Ayo paid him for the month. He split the money and gave Inem half of it with joy. Inem was happy and appreciative. Within 6 months of their friendship, a wealthy businessman from the city, Shegun, arrives in Akko town with the intention of investing in the area. He noticed and takes an immediate interest in Inem, ignoring all the advances made by other girls in the town, including Tamara. He showered Inem with unsolicited gifts and attention, which Inem sometimes rejects, but on most occasions accepts some because she needs them, but always shows them to Kunle. Kunle feels threatened, but knows he can't compete with Shegun's wealth as he is not ready to reveal his identity yet. He thanked God for the coming of Shegun to further test Inem's love for him. He vowed that if Inem would choose him over Shegun despite Shegun's wealth, he would reveal himself to Inem immediately without further delays. Inem is torn between Kunle, whom she genuinely likes, and Shegun, who promises her a life of comfort. At this point, Kunle's jealousy and insecurity begin to create tension between him and Inem, leading to a rift in their relationship. Kunle finally confronts Inem about her relationship with Shegun. Inem admits she is confused and overwhelmed by Shegun's advances, but assures Kunle that she values their friendship more. Then Kunle asks Inem to make her choice and stick to it. There and then, Shegun showed up. He brought all manner of gifts and money to Inem, but Inem sternly told Shegun that she was in a relationship with Kunle and would not allow money to tear them apart. She admits that she needed the money from Shegun, but her love for Kunle was worth more than gold. Shegun tried to persuade Inem to accept him and live in comfort forever, but she insisted that he go with his gifts as she was no longer interested in them. She turned to Kunle and assured him that she would stick with him and support him to any height they desired, as long as he loved her genuinely. Kunle, on hearing this, felt love, and his heart melted in appreciation to Inem. Kunle decides it's time to tell Inem the truth. Kunle reveals his true identity to Inem one evening at her house, telling her what prompted him to disguise like a poor man. Shocked and hurt by the deception, Inem feels betrayed and asks for time to process everything Kunle had told her. She questions whether their relationship was ever real. Inem distances herself from Kunle, unsure of how to feel. Kunle, devastated, considers returning to his old life but realizes that he can't give up on Inem now that he needs her most and has revealed himself to her. He decides to stay in Akotown a little more to prove his genuine love for her. Shego, on hearing what happened, seized the opportunity to win Inem's heart, promising to take care of her and her brother. He proposes to Inem, putting even more pressure on her, but Inem told him to leave her alone to clear her head from the shock she received from Kunle. Kunle watches from the sidelines, determined to win Inem back. After much persuasion and pleading from Kunle, Inem gave him an ultimatum to prove his love or leave her life for good. Kunle realizes that gestures and pleading alone won't work, and that he needs to show Inem who he is beyond the wealth and the lies. Knowing how much Inem loves to help and support the people in the community, decides on what to do. Kunle organizes a community project to rebuild the local school, using his wealth discreetly as he doesn't want the whole community to know who he is except Baba Ayo. He became determined to show Inem that he is committed to the community and her as well. The project brings the community together and Inem begins to see Kunle's sincerity. With the school project completed, Kunle makes a heartfelt proposal to Inem, not with a grand ring, but with a simple gesture of love and commitment. He told her that he wanted to build a future with her based on trust and respect. Inem reflects on everything that has happened, the lies, the love, the rivalry, and made up her mind. She realizes that Kunle's actions speak louder than words because she would have also done what he did if she were in his shoes. So she decided to give him another chance, recognizing that his love for her is true from the start. Kunle and Inem rekindled their relationship stronger than before. They begin to plan their future together, with Kunle promising to always be honest with her. Inem accepts his proposal and they decide to stay in Akotown where they first find each other for 2 more years before relocating to the city. The community gathers to celebrate Kunle and Inem's wedding. Tamara and other ladies who had rejected Kunle felt sorry and regretted their actions when they realized that Kunle was a rich guy from the city. They came to apologize to him and congratulate Inem for her new life with Kunle. Kunle decides to continue living a simple life in Akotown, using his wealth to help others without revealing his identity entirely. As they start their new life together, Tunde realizes that he has finally found what he was looking for, true love. And so they live happily married ever after. Thank you for watching. Did you learn anything from this story? Feel free to share your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section. Watch out for more mind-blowing stories from Sepolin Creative Academy. Join our 28 Days Creative Skills Challenge to master the tools for content creation. Details in the comment section. Peace, cares.